Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and honor that I have to have here with me Mr. Porfirio Betegón, the producer of Desde Aquí para Allá, and he chose to interview my daughter, who just happened to have been elected to the Supreme Court of the city of New York, the state of New York. And I am very, very proud of her accomplishments. I'm proud of the way she have led her life. I am happy that I was able to be a part of all of her accomplishments in terms of making sure she got the proper education. I'm just so proud of what she's accomplished. It's been a dream, and now it has come to pass, and I'm very, very happy. And I do want to thank Mr. Porfirio Betegón Lara for the time he chose to interview my daughter Michelle Johnson. Thank you so much, Porfi. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Salud amigos y bienvenidos a este su programa Desde Aquí para Allá, una vez más. Hoy nos acompaña the Justice of the Supreme Criminal Court of New York State, Michelle Johnson. Welcome to our program.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's truly an honor to have you here in our program. But let's start from the beginning. How did you, when you was watching TV, right, and the results was coming back, what went through your mind and how does that feel?
Wow, there was so many things that went through my mind. My family, I'm the first person in my family ever to be on a ballot, and we all gathered at my house to share this experience, and I think it was an amazing feeling, but the biggest honor was to be on the same ballot with who is now the Vice President-elect, first woman of color, who also attended a historically black college or university like myself. So that was the honor, to be on the ballot of a history-making election.
Okay, going against justice that was already in place, that he was defending his position. What was your campaign strategy in order to, beat the other guy?
So the other guy was a girl.
Oh, it's the girl. Okay, I'm sorry.
It was the Working Families Party had a candidate, and I didn't know her well, but my strategy had less to do with her and more to do with being transparent and showing all Queens residents the experience that I had and what I had to offer in my role as justice if they gave me the opportunity. And there was a social media campaign, and then my family and friends, they just blew up the internet, word of mouth, and then the next thing you know, I got 316,000 votes.
I congratulate you before, and I congratulate you again.
Thank you.
And let me ask you, do you think the straight ticket help a little bit for your campaign? When I say straight tickets, for those who don't know, is when in the ballot, everybody vote one party, one line.
Democrat.
Did that help a little bit?
Well, this year, probably, absolutely yes. It was a hotly contested election on a national level between the Democratic and the Republican parties, and I have been honored to be the nominee for Justice of Supreme Court by the Democratic Party of Queens, and so I was on the Democratic ticket. And so there were record numbers of voters this year, so I'm certain that that was instrumental in me winning this election.
Okay. Yeah. Now, for you being descendant of Panamanian parents,
yes,
right?
Yes.
What means to you being elected for a such important position?
I can't even explain how proud I am to be Panamanian. I know I was born in the United States. In fact, I'm the very first person in my entire family born in the United States, but my roots to Panama run very deep. I spent every summer in Panama from June to September, from the time I was born until I was an adult.
Because you want to or because you have to?
Both. My mother would ship me away to my grandparents and my aunt, and my aunt and my cousins, they're still there. And I'm as proud of my Panamanian roots as I am of my Costa Rican roots, because my grandparents on my father's side are from Costa Rica.
Really?
Yes, and my family in Costa Rica, Limon, run deep as well, Costarricenses. So, yes, I'm very proud of my roots. And I know I see it when I see my sons, who are now second generation Americans, and my nieces and my nephews running around with the Panamanian flag and Viva Panama all over the place, although they were born here also.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Now, you come from a family of immigrant family, professional family. Your father, Mr. Sherwin Johnson, we call him Junior.
Yes.
He is a businessman in Brooklyn. Is very well known,
Yes.
especially in the Panamanian community.
Yes.
Is owner of the famous Michelle's Bar,
Yes.
which is they named after you, I guess.
Yes.
Is an international boxing promoter,
Yes.
philanthropist.
Yes.
Your mother, a retired nurse, Ms. Belma.
Correct.
Your brother,
Vice President of Planning,
on planning of the Chelsea,
Chelsea Peart.
and your sister is a assistant principal.
Correct.
Okay, family. How that help you?
Well, I was lucky enough to be the firstborn, so really my parents, they set the path for me, because it's why immigrants come to the United States. They didn't come here as professionals. They became professionals when they arrived here, and that's the opportunity that you get here in the United States. And they instilled in me, both my father and my mom, this work ethic that can't be challenged, because they were successful because of their work ethic, and they gave us no choice. There was no choice about whether or not we were going to college. We were going to college. There was no choice about proceeding in our education, and we teach that to our kids because they taught that to us, and every generation we've been able to advance a little further because of it.
For those who don't know who you are, right? Can you explain what is your background is, so you can give the audience and the people who vote for you the opportunity to get to know more about you? Can you explain?
Wow, so personally, I'm just like everyone else. That's the truth. I haven't done anything that anyone else around me could do. I'm from New York, but I'm from Panama, if you ask anybody in my family. I'm the proud daughter of Junior Johnson and Vilma Osborne, both Panamanians. I grew up here in New York. I am the proud mom of two sons who were both educated at a historically black college. I'm a proponent of historically black colleges and universities. Here in the United States, I attended one, Hampton University in Virginia. And in terms of my career, I have been a prosecutor, I have been a defense attorney, I have been a civil rights lawyer. And so for the last 28, 30 years, I have been in every part of the courtroom. And for the last 9 years, I've been a sitting judge in the criminal court. So I love the courtroom. It's my home, and I hope to continue to practice in that area as Justice-elect of the Supreme Court for the remainder of my career.
Okay, let me ask you, 15, 20 years ago, there was something that inspired of you to consider to make this decision to run for justice of the Supreme Court or New York State.
Right.
What was that?
So when I became a lawyer back in 1992, my very first legal job was as a prosecutor at the Brooklyn DA's office in Brooklyn. And while I was there for 12 years. I tried a lot of cases, a lot of high publicity cases. And I walked into a courtroom one day, and there was this woman whose complexion was darker than mine, with natural hair back in the early 90s when natural hair wasn't popular. And she had on a robe. And for the first time, I was like, if she could get there, that means I could get there. So I was able to see myself, somewhat like a lot of these young girls now are going to be able to look at Kamala Harris and see themselves as one that are able to see the first black African-American vice president. Now all of a sudden that opens their eyes to the possibility that they can achieve that. Judge Priscilla Hall did that for me way back in the 1990s when I was a young lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to travel. That's probably my favorite pastime. Anywhere, just to see new places, meet new people, learn about new cultures. But just on an everyday basis, I like to read, and I like to work out.
You like to work out?
Yeah, it relaxes me.
Not boxing.
No.
Your father is a boxing
Although-
promotion.
Hey, there's a program, 10 rounds. This is a boxing program. I've done it. It's hard.
Okay. Recently, the number of ladies as in politicians and politics and governmental positions has increased. What do you see the cause this increase in the participations of women in general?
I just think it's a good thing. It's a good thing because there was a time where just like black African American people couldn't vote, women couldn't vote. And now what you find is that all of those firsts are going away. You're not finding the first woman judge. Now there are lots of women judges, or the first female vice president.
Can you send a message to those youngsters, especially ladies? Everything is possible when you put your mind on it.
Absolutely. I believe that. My motto is each one, teach one. And because somebody opened the door for me, nothing that I do today I did on my own, and I hold strong to that. And even in my position in the court, I would bring young females, young students in to see all of the careers that are available in the court, including being a justice of the Supreme Court, so that they can see themselves in us, the people who are working in the court system, and opening doors. That's every time I get through a door, it's my job, and it's a big lift, but we must do it. We must do everything in our power to keep those doors open for those that are coming behind us. I have to say one more thing.
Yes.
I'm also the proud namesake of the Michelle Spa.
Okay. Which is going to be 40 years this year. I think 40 years in business.
No, more than 40 years. It's soon to be 50 years.
Okay.
48 years total.
So I can have to say 3 times. Congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
The first one, because you won the position.
Thank you.
The second one, because your party won the elections.
Thank you.
And the third one, because Michelle Longsbar is 48 years old in business.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just want to thank you for having me on this program. It's Desde Aquí para allá.
Correcto.
And I want to thank you all for supporting my family and myself in this election. And I'm so proud of my Panamanian roots. So if you are in Panama watching this, I am a product of your kids. And so thank you all for spending the time watching this program and getting to know a little bit about me. I will do our community proud, I assure you.
Ok. Gracias, amigos televidentes. Hemos escuchado a la primera descendiente de panameños en esta posición en los Estados Unidos de la Corte Suprema de Justicia, ramo criminal, Michelle Johnson. Miss Michelle Johnson, we are very proud of you.
Thank you.
I know you making your family, especially your father, which is a hard-working businessman, and not only them, the whole Panamanian community, because you are part of us. And I know that we are part of you because you have Panama inside of your heart.
Amen. That's right.
En este es su programa, Desde Aquí para Allá. Ha sido un placer. Nos despedimos a la próxima y muchas gracias,
Muchas gracias.
honorable.
Gracias más.
This is from Graciela and your mother's also Polish. She's not in the, but she's also part of it. And We just love you, baby.
I love you more, Dad.
Here. And here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. He told me when I became a judge that he had to see me become a Supreme Court justice before he left this world. So I'm telling you now, you're still not going anywhere.